Rachel Rose here talking all things boxing, and I'm here with Dave Allen today because some exciting things have been happening in your life, in your stable, and with your fighters, hasn't it?
Yeah, Joe Hayden's not here though. Couldn't make it, could he? Cancelled on us last
I
minute.
know, he bailed on us. He's just bought a house and he had to go and be a grown up for a
Is that
minute.
what was his excuse? What did he say?
He just said he was snowed under with the house.
Snowed under.
I told him he was a real grown up now, and he went, "I know, what the hell?" And I said, "Well, you're making us all look bad, so I'd rather you didn't."
He's
Uh,
usually Mr. Reliable and I'm usually not.
I
So
know,
how funny is that?
and
Yeah,
you're
funny
actually
really.
early as well because we were going to do the call at 2, and it's 1:30.
Yeah, I know, but without Joe, I just thought we might as well crack on with it. I'm in bed me, so
Yeah, fair. How's your morning
the
been?
sooner I do it, the sooner I can go sleep.
Yeah, fair. How's your morning been? Wait,
In a nice way, obviously.
well, I mean, I was going to say, how's your morning been? But actually, have you stopped since Sheffield?
I've been at the gym today. Jamie's with Patty Man in Florida.
Hmm.
So I've come over because the gym's full. So
Oh, sick.
I've come over. Obviously, Nigel's there. Conor Walker's got a big fight coming up, so I just said, look, I'll come over. Joe Howarth obviously fighting VISIOLI. Joe Hayden's a big title fight, but there's other lads in the gym as well, so I'm just giving an hand really, keeping the gym, keeping it going, and ticking over while Jay's away, and just another pair of hands really with the pads and the, you know what I mean. And I'm sparring myself tomorrow, so yeah, just keeping busy really.
I mean, you and I haven't really properly caught up since Sheffield. Um, how you doing? I mean, I saw the interview
Yeah,
with
been good.
you and Ed on IFL. Been pushing for another fight.
Yeah, I got beaten. That's that really. Like, I don't dwell on it too much. I didn't think I boxed very well. I didn't box to the best of my ability. It was poor performance, I thought, and got beaten. But it's been and gone. There's
Hmm.
no point. There's no point dwelling on it for too long. Obviously learn the lessons from where I went wrong, and we move on to the next one really, which is going to be January 24th.
Oh,
Then
is that what
hopefully
it
we'll
is?
win there, go back to Sheffield and headline again. So there's no point moping about. Just crack on and on to the next one.
I think one of the things that's so important about that fight, which was really telling, was and really needed in boxing, is the fact that you came off a loss, but everybody, how much love you have, how much support you have. Like, there's so much criticism on boxers when they go through a loss, but it feels like you're the transition between those worlds of like supporting fighters when they go through a loss
Yeah,
and not just being critical.
we win or we lose or we draw sometimes. It is what it is. I tried my best, it weren't good enough. So what's the point in dwelling on it? And I'm fortunate, really. People like me. I'm not a great boxer, but people like me, and they're gonna like whether I win or I lose. Um, some boxers, I think, are just boxers. I think to a lot of people, I'm more than a boxer. Like I'm the mate they never met to a lot of people. So it's nice, but I would like to perform better. I didn't perform well, I didn't think, but it's been and gone now. No point worrying about it. So just got to be better next time.
So you've been pretty busy since like I said, you haven't really stopped since the
Yep.
fight happened. So, um, firstly, before we jump on to talking about both of the lads, how did you find it on the night and in the aftermath, like having Joe and Joe on the card, and obviously Joe Hayden is a
Yep.
more an emotional connection of being in the corner. How did you find that on the night? Was it all right? And the
Yeah, I
aftermath of
found
kind
it.
of
Yeah,
breaking down with the fighters about their performance and stuff.
yeah, I found it hard. Really, I was nervous at home watching them box. I knew they'd both win. The opposition that was in with, I expected them to win. I expected them to do it comfortably, which they did. They won 12 rounds out of 12. I expected that, but it was nerve-wracking, really. Yeah, the whole night, when you box, really, I don't hear or see anything. You don't. Once I walked out from all them people, my mind was blank for about 24 hours. Couldn't hear or see anything. Nothing. I don't remember too much, really. You can't take anything in. I went back to the hotel after the fire and that, and you just can't. You don't see or hear things. Do you know what I mean? Like you just fucking. Yeah, well, yeah, weird, really. I don't know. Just the lads did great, but you're so blinkered to like what's going off. You're just like, yeah, mad, really.
No, it was a really great performance from both. It was interesting. As soon as Joe Hayden got his hand raised, I knew he was disappointed
Yeah.
with his performance. How did you feel he performed?
Yeah, I thought Joe did all right. It was difficult because Kane Baker pulled out last minute, and we had
Sorry,
to get
Hayden.
a.
Hayden
Yeah, no, I'm just
disappointed.
saying
Oh,
with
okay.
Joe Howarth, yeah, we had to replace him. I thought he boxed well, and Joe, yeah, that everyone said, "Oh, done great there, Joe," but that weren't the best Joe Hayden by a long way, really. He didn't box to the best of his ability. He still boxed well, I thought. I thought it was still a decent performance, but it's a lot better than that. And Joe's the kind of kid he expects 10 out of 10 every time. So yeah, it'll be better next time. But it'll need to be because we're stepping up the levels now.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite exciting. Joe and I discussed this on when I first spoke to him about the kind of the jump from, you guys, you've built him really steadily. I
Yep,
remember talking to a couple of people who were like, I can't believe Joe Hayden's had 19 pro fights. That's crazy.
yep,
But obviously, you've been building him steadily to make sure that when those opportunities came along, he'd be ready.
yep,
Then he got to fight on your undercard, and now this next opportunity is coming up, which is even it's very cool again because it's your fight show. So one of your
yep.
fighters, your first promotional backing, as it were. How's that all come about? How's he doing? How are you feeling about that?
Yes, we've got a show November 21st, Doncaster Dome. Um, there was a big show at the football ground in May, but apart from that, really, last couple of years it's been quiet. And I promote, I think, manage 6, 7 box out of Doncaster. I said, look, we're gonna have to start doing shows here. We don't. It's all right we're in Sheffield and Rotherham and Barnsley, but I want to give an opportunity to box in the hometown. I boxed in my hometown, like Jamie Mack, Gav Mack, Jace Cunningham, Max Hughes. They all boxed in Doncaster. They all got themselves going on the small hall in Donny, and that's how you have to do it. So yeah, we're going to Donny and Joe co-main with Lewis Booth, Will Harrison for the area title, which is a good fight, and it's a big fight for him. It's a Commonwealth silver title. It's not a major title, but it's a final eliminator for the full Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth title usually goes hand in hand with the British. So he's putting himself like a maximum of 12 months away from a British and Commonwealth title fight. So it's big, really. The opponent's good. It's a big step up. He only had 25 fights, amateur and pro. He hasn't really got that much experience still, even now. He's had a lot of pro fights, but he didn't have any amateur experience. So yeah, it's going to be a tough fight, but he has home advantage, which is a big thing, and I expect he wins, but I don't think it's going to be easy.
I think it's better to go in thinking that it won't be anyway, as we know that
Mm.
underestimating your opponent is not the way to do things. Um, Joe Howarth is going to be fighting headline
Yep.
Giorgio Visioli. This is a huge fight, huge opportunity at York Hall. Um, how did this all come about?
Yeah, known about it for a little while actually, because we got offered it. I've only been managing him 18 months. I think it was in the last 12 months. Started managing him. He was a managerial free agent. He weren't with his old manager anymore. And I got a phone call one day. I was at the trampoline place actually in Donny Frinchgate in Donny Shopping Centre. I got a message off Stuart saying, "What's your number?" I said, "Oh, it's this." So he rang me. Didn't really know. I went to watch him box once. He was a nice kid, and he goes, "Well, I'm not a manager no more. Can you point me in the right direction for a manager?" So I said, "Yeah, give me half hour, mate. I'll get back to you." And then I thought, I'm a manager. That's literally what I thought. I got off the phone. I thought, I'm a manager, and he's a good kid. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. So I rang him back. I said, listen, Joe, give me a chance. Yeah, I will manage you. I said, look, I know it's mad because you're a few hours away and all the rest of it, but I said, look, just give me a chance. And I said, look, we'll have a meeting. So I had a meeting with him and his coach, and I said, look, in the next 12 months, yeah, you win the area title and we'll box on a matchroom card. And I could see for the fuck it, like, how am I going to box on a matchroom card? And like 16 months later, this is his third matchroom appearance. He's won the area title. He's had six unbeaten. He's on six unbeaten, and that's the key, really. What you promise your fighters, you got to deliver on it. And obviously, just starting out and that, and he weren't no superstar, but you have to deliver on what you promise, and we have, and he's kept his side of the bargain up, winning them all. And the Visioli fight's come up now, and it's a bit early, but to be honest, he don't sell a lot of tickets. He's not the biggest personality in the world. Lovely kid, quiet though, shy. Doesn't have loads of mates. Doesn't go out. So we need to take it really. This is his world title fight. Wins this, he changes his life. If he performs well, he'll keep on the matchroom shows where he is. So it's one of them really. He has if he boxes to the best of his ability, he can win this. But at the minimum, he puts himself in the shot window to sit on these big cards.
Yeah. I think that's something that is becoming more and more apparent for people is just, you know, I think people like to say about how ready somebody is to take an opportunity, but actually sometimes it's about taking the opportunity, even if you don't perform your best, even if you lose, even if whatever, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever, it can put you on the map. It can make people pay attention to who you are. You know, you can earn stripes through showcasing heart and grit and determination. Or you can come in and you can win. Like, it's just
yeah.
people like odds, and sometimes the odds are wrong.
It's about situation, circumstances as well. Like Joe Hayden's had 20 pro fights in 3 years because he sells a lot of tickets. He did 250 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you can afford to take your time. You can afford to have title fights on small all. But with Joe Howarth, that's not the case, unfortunately. So he has to go and take this fight on, and try and make something out of it. And he's good enough to do that. He's good. He's good. If he weren't good enough, I'd put him in there. You know, I don't give a fuck about the money. The money's good for him, but it don't mean anything to me. So it's about the opportunity. I won't put him in there and over his head. I wouldn't
No.
want to see him get. I think he can compete.
Yeah, well, it's looking like it's going to be a good card near Christmas as well, which will be quite a nice end to the year.
Yeah,
Question: Who manages you? Do you manage you?
myself. Yeah,
Yeah,
myself.
you
Yeah,
manage you.
I've managed myself for like 10 years, really. Now I've had a manager's license about 7 years, but I managed myself even before that. Yeah, just I was having conversations with Eddie back in 2016. You know, about the Ortiz fight, and that's where I thought, you know what, fuck this. I want to do it. Like, yeah, I've paid 10% of my purse for the last 9 years. I'm not paying more than that. Pay a trainer's fee, that's it. I'm quite clued up, I'm quite smart. I don't need to pay someone to do that for me. And people say, well, you could have got more money for this, that, and the other. Yeah, I could have over the years. I've learned.
Mm,
But at this point in my life and my career now, yeah, I know what I'm on with now. So I know my worth, know my value. I know what the going rate is for certain things. I speak to people that know more than me and listen and learn off them. But I manage myself. Yeah, a lot of boxers maybe should do it more themselves as well.
Do you think that's why you figured out that it's almost like because you've had to go through hoops, learning how to manage yourself and learning how
Yeah,
to learn the ropes, you've learned how to be bolder for your fighters as well.
yeah, I guess so. But it's pretty. It's not even an hard game managing at the lowest level where I've been for the most part on small all. You have set deals, ticket deals, and when you start boxing on the TV and that's where it gets a bit harder. And I presume I've never managed Olympians and the like. It'll be much harder again. But I try my best for my boxers.
Yeah.
I don't take money off them 99% of the time. Don't take a penny off them. So um, I do it because I love them. All the ones I work with, they're my mates. They're my mates, and some of them become like my sons. My sons and my little brothers. So I do it for the right reasons. And I work with fighters that I think they've got to want to and expect to win at least an area title. Otherwise, what's the point?
Hmm.
Don't work with journeymen or journeywomen because I've worked with people fighters in the past that became journeymen and journeywomen. And I just said, look, someone else will have to manage you because all I want is their hand to be raised and a big smile on the face. And when
You're
they're losing,
yeah.
picking money, I'm not interested in that. There's nothing wrong with them doing that, but it's not what I got in the game.
And I suppose, when people are in it for the win, you're working towards something consistently and you feel like you can support them through that growth rather than just sustaining something.
Yeah, it's like people say, well, Joe Howarth, he can't beat VISIOLI. He's going to get hammered. He's going to this and that. We have every intention of winning that fight. That's what it's all about. We have the intent of coming in there and winning that fight. So I couldn't work with someone that had no intention of winning.
Yeah. Well, it's a really exciting time for the stable. Obviously,
Yeah.
an exciting time for the world of Dave Allen in general. Things are busy. Um, Obviously, you're going to be back out again in January, and then we'll say 3, 4 months after that, possibly. The lads are doing really well. Um, it's an exciting time. So, anyone listening, watching, get your tickets for. Have you got any tickets left for the Doncaster Dome for your show?
With so
Huh?
I'm not in charge of that kind of thing.
Well,
I'm not the brains of the operation.
there might be some tickets left.
There will
So
be, yeah. Get Joe Hayden or Calvin Mayo, get after them both.
Yeah.
I'm that busy. I'm about to have a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
To be fair though, that a lot of athletes do that. So you're an
No,
athlete if you're building a
I'm not
business.
an athlete today. I'm just tired.
You're an athlete all the time, David. It's just
Yeah, I guess
sometimes,
so.
yeah, sometimes you have to be a businessman as well. Actually, a lot of the time you are.
No, I'm not a businessman. I'm not. I'm probably more of an athlete than a businessman, to be fair. So that's
You
probably
need a PA.
explains.
You need a
Yeah, true.
PA. You need someone to remind you. You've got to send out emails to say the press conference has been cancelled.
I don't have an email address, and secondly, that also wasn't my fault.
Didn't say it was. Just the information was missing.
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah, don't worry. At least I didn't make my way up north and find out that it wasn't there.
that. Yeah, true. That would have been bad.
Anyway, Dave, look, I'm gonna let you go and have a nap.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you for the time. Looking forward to seeing the lads get out and about. I'll be on with Joe Hayden in a week, all being well at
Sound.
the house. And I'll speak to you soon.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye, love.